Lawmakers will return back here to Washington next week, and one of the first items on their agenda is the issue of gun violence. Both Republicans and Democrats agree something needs to change, but they can't agree on how to do it.
This was literally in our backyard.
Texas Republican Congressman Jody Arrington says West Texas is grieving after 2 mass shootings claimed more than 24 lives in the past month.
It's an unspeakable evil what that perpetrator did to our fellow citizens in West Texas.
Arrington wants to make sure guns don't end up in the wrong hands, but he says that doesn't mean restricting guns from law-abiding citizens.
I think we as government officials and legislators have to balance doing what we can without compromising our fundamental rights and freedoms.
It's a balance between the right to have a gun and the human right not to get shot, and we are failing on that human right.
As a former ATF agent, David Chipman says not everyone should be allowed to own a gun.
If we really want to take a bite out of violent crime, we got to focus on violent people.
Chipman points to H.R. 8, a bill already passed by the House that would require background checks for every firearms sale.
And it would have prevented the Odessa shooting because that shooter tried to buy a gun, failed because they failed a background check, and then was able to use a loophole where you can go and buy a gun from a private individual and circumvent the law.
But the bill does not have support from Republicans in the Senate. Texas Republican Ted Cruz tweeted Monday, gun control doesn't work. He says instead, lawmakers need to focus on keeping guns away from criminals by prosecuting and getting them off the street before they commit more violent crimes. House Democrats say they plan to take up other types of gun legislation next week, including bills that would focus on red flag laws and a bill that would ban high-capacity magazines. In Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki, KFDX 3 News.